Well, it was a bit dark for an intro, but I've hooked up, so we're gonna have to run with it. I've only just set the cameras and everything up too. Just on a flatty. Not a bad lizard. Steady on, son. Don't want to lose the lure straight up. Well, sorry about the poor lighting, but not much can be done about it. That's him there. What a fish straight up. Great start of the morning. And I mean morning, it's early. But that's it there. What a cracker. It's got the mask vibe deep in his mouth. Good take. Yeah, real good fish. Wow. Hope the rest of the day's this good. Righto, mate. You can go back. Thanks for being the first fish on this episode. Won't be much of a release in these conditions, but off you go, big fella. She's all lit up nice and pink out the back there. Looks beautiful. Righto, so the first fish has been caught, and that's what's about to roll in. It's clear down that way, but yeah, about to get absolutely pummeled by that, so I'll flick the camera off and I'll come back once it's stopped. Alright guys, we're on again in the rain. I'll do this as best as I can. Here we got another flatty. I might just try and pole him in actually. Just kind of holding the camera at the moment. Got him in here. Nice flatty. Oh, I can't reach the line. There we go. Get in. There we go. Whee. There he is. Not a bad lizard. Whew. Yeah, this is about the best I can do in these conditions for filming at the moment. But there he is there. Not a bad flatty at all. We'll get it back in the water. There, mate. I'll just quickly whip the head mount on. Like I said, it's the best I can do in the conditions. And the conditions are bloody awful. Oh. Oh. Another excellent flatty. Alright guys, there's another one. Another good fish. Sorry about the water on the lens, but belting down rain, there's not much I can do at the moment. Anyway, we'll get this fella back in. Another good flatty. Turning out to be a good day so far besides the weather. There, mate. Alright guys, as you can see, absolutely horrible. So while it rained, we got a couple of flatties and a chopper. Decent greenback too, but I didn't worry about getting the cameras out for them because it was pretty torrential. But as you can see, very ordinary. We'll do the best we can. Hang about, we'll try and make it work. Well, it was forecast to rain, so kind of getting what we expected. You never know, but sometimes you can get lucky. But yeah, haven't been out here that long. We've already had a couple of really heavy showers come through. Of course, they came through when I caught some fish, but take the good with the bad. At least we caught something. Hopefully it stays away. Don't look real promising right behind me, but it looks like it's about to come in again. But I'll switch the camera back on if we hook up, or once we get in the clear, hopefully we can do a bit better. But yeah, might get a little bit of water on the lens here and there, but unfortunately that's just part of fishing in the rain. We're still out here, we're still casting, so we're a good chance of catching something at least. It's better than sitting at home. Alright, let's get into these fish. Good bite guys, good bite. He's only just turned the camera off. Decent bite. Not sure what it is yet. Could be a good flatty or a smaller Jew, I don't know. But it's got a bit of weight. Hopefully that rain stays away for us. I'll do the best I can anyway. Come on. Get in here before the rain gets in. I think it's a flatty. Feels pretty decent. I'll back the drag off just a touch. Try and give me a bit of breathing room with that leader if it's swallowed the lure. Because it feels reasonable. I can't get the head camera out, just too much stuffing around. Come on. I'm not going to be able to see the fish, water's a bit murky. Lucky right at the top, there it is there. What is it? Oh no, it's a Jewy. Wow, small Jewy. Well, he did swallow the lure. You can sort of feel that part. You! Oh. There you go, guys, nice little Jewy. Nothing too big, but okay. Felt like a big flatty, which probably would have been better, but never complain about catching a Jewy. Righto, mate, you can go back in. Thanks for coming. Good release, just slipped straight out my hands because my hands are soaking wet and straight into the water. Oh well, same result. Alright guys, we're on very next cast. You wouldn't read about it. There's absolute cracking bite so far this morning. Fish everywhere, too bad it's rained. But you know, that's partially probably the reason why they're biting. What do we got here? Could be another small Jewy. Not sure what it is. Oh, another flatty. Not a bad flatty again. Yeah, it's been a real good bite so far this morning. There's another really good flatty. Absolute cracking start in the morning. As good as it gets, really. Just getting some quality fish, one after another. I doubt it'll stay ongoing at this rate, but we'll keep fishing. Righto, mate, you can go back. Alright guys, looks like we've got a small break in the weather, if you can say that. Not promising out the back, but at the moment it's not raining here. Just a couple of drops in the air still, but the bulk of it's gone. Geez, how's this morning been? Wow. It wasn't raining when I got out here, which was nice, because I got to motor out here and set everything up, and as soon as I wanted to start fishing, just flogging down. Still better than being at work or being at home. Good results too so far. Hopefully it's one of them days, just an epic day of catching. How good would that be? That'll make me forget about the last couple of slow months here. I don't know where you guys have been going, but I've been getting fish, but it's been pretty tough. Some days you might only get 10 bites. And if you can land like half of them, it seems pretty good. Even the bycatch and that's been pretty slow. Like not getting many brim, squire, flatties, that sort of stuff. Not like normal. I have been trying a few new different areas, but which I don't really know that well, so that also comes into play. Takes time to get to know new spots, what time of day, what tide, what lures they prefer there, where to sit your boat. All those factors make a big difference. The more time you spend on the water, the better it is. You get to know all that stuff. So you can sort of bounce between spots at the right time. Definitely helps your catching rate. Once you know what time to be at certain spots and what parts of the lake. The only way by learning all that part's just getting out on the water, marking up some spots, fishing them at different times, tides, times of the day, different types of lures. Just piecing it all together, just like a big puzzle. So far so good this morning. We definitely got here at the right time. Might only be a small bite window, but we made it. Alright, let's go. There's plenty of fish on the sounder. Let's try and get into a couple. Yeah, plenty of bites so far this morning. I think that's probably maybe 3 good flatties. I did get a decent greenback, but it was raining too much to show that. And that Jewy, something's having a go at it, for sure. Not sure what it is. Oh, it's another, probably a squid. I'll just let it sit there for a second, see what happens. Nah, might be gone. There we go. I don't know if it's the same fish, but I had one following that and hitting it for so long then. What do we got? Just another flatty. Beautiful colours on it. Come on, in you get. Come on, I tell you what, they just slip straight off this front deck when it's wet. Oh, another nice flathead there. We'll just get it straight back in the water. Not as big as the other ones. Pretty fish butt. All right, mate, off you go. On again. Near on unbelievable start. Oh, come on. Where have all these fish been hiding? Maybe they're that hungry because they haven't eaten in so long. What do we got? Oh, another absolute cracking flathead. So we get an early net shot on him before he starts going ham. Oh, that's terrible, Andrew. Nope. Awful net job. Get in. That's a spanking flatty. Geez, flatty of the day so far. How we go the head on this one? It's hell wide. That's a real good flatty, that one. Not like, it's long, but not like super long. But it's real, real fat, thick across the shoulders and head. Good fish. They put up a bit of a tussle, these guys, once you get them up the top. Thrashing their head around, just trying to dislodge that lure. But if you're running light lead, you kind of have to back off a little bit, otherwise they saw through it pretty quick. Anyway, thanks for coming on board. Let's get this fella back in. Another good fish, another good flathead. Thanks for saying g'day. There we go, we are on again. It's got a bit of weight. What do we got? So another cracking flatty. There we go. How good, guys? Another absolute cracker of a flathead. What a great session this has been. All right, mate. A bit skinny across the back, this fella. Look, he's definitely in need of a feed. We'll get you back in the water. I don't want to stress you out too much. Off he goes. That's a good fish there. I was just looking at the sounder thinking, gee, those fish don't look too bad. Next minute, on. When you're fighting fish, the idea is to keep a nice bend in your rod. Once that rod kind of gets maxed out, that's when you want your drag to be coming off. And as soon as you feel that rod tip and that pressure start to come off the rod, you want to be winding. I think the head camera just died. Oh, geez. Righto, well, that was interesting. Head camera just died mid-fight. I won't worry about that. I might have got it going. We'll see what happens. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, you want to keep that nice bend in the rod when you're fighting fish. As soon as you feel the fish coming up off the bottom or coming towards you, and the bend going out of that rod, that's when you want to be winding. Like that. So you want to keep that nice consistent weight through the rod. And when they start to run, the drag should start taking over. You don't want the rod loading up too much and the line snapping. And every time the fish lunges, either your drag will go or the rod will just absorb that shock. And just slowly lift. You don't have to do anything crazy. Oh, Jewy. Yoink. In you get, son. Welcome to Lowy's fishing, mate. Good on ya. That's another good fish. Another jewel. What a day. One of the best days I've had in a long time on the lake, and it's only just getting started. It's only gone 8 o'clock. But good fight from this guy. I've seen some on the sounder and thought that's what they could have been, some smaller jewel, and that's what they were. So without wasting too much time, we'll get this guy back in, see if we can get another fish. You enjoy your day. Off you go. I've never had any dramas releasing them like that. They just get this big mad rush of oxygen through their gills, and they swim away every time. I'm not like the biggest fan of swimming them back and forth. You're sort of putting air or oxygen into their lungs one way and then drowning them when you pull them back the other way. Doesn't really make much sense, but I guess if you're off the bank it might be a bit harder, but out of the boat it's pretty easy just to spear them in and just watch them swim away straight away. Anyway, let's get back into this fishing. I just re-rigged back out there. Just got clean bit off by probably a chopper. It was just a plastic and a jig head, but still, I still want to catch everything I can. Speaking of plastics and jig heads, when I was at Morisset, getting gear was pretty good because I had hot tackle there, and we worked at Gateshead as well, so I could go to either store. But now we've moved back out the Maitland area. We've really only got like BCF and Anaconda there, but there's a big difference between what the shops stock, so you can't always get what you want. And definitely at hot tackle things are a lot cheaper, and not only that, they seem to stock more stuff, so you got more sizes and everything. I don't know where most of you guys get your gear, but that's what I found. And a lot of times when I go into BCF, because it's close, they just don't have the colours and that and the plastics or anything you want. Seems to take them forever to restock it. And if you're only new to fishing too, at least you know the guys from Hot Tackle Fish. They all get out there and they all catch fish, different species, inshore, offshore, freshwater, salt. It was a good shop. One of the better shops around, that's for sure. They always had plenty of gear every time I went in there. You didn't walk out there like not getting what you wanted, and they always looked after you on price. I seen the other day too that one of the guys there had a video up on YouTube on the chill. If you haven't seen that, check it out. Good video, well made. If you're looking at getting into estuary fishing and that, there's some good information on there. So while it's raining this weekend, apart from watching my videos, check that one out. Not bad at all. I'll chuck the name of the channel up on the screen anyway. There's lots of good local YouTubers around here, so there's plenty of information out there for people if they want to learn off people that are fishing the lake. There's probably at least 6 or 7 that I watch. I'll chuck their names up on the screen as well so you can have a look if you want. But they do all sorts of fishing, from brim fishing to flatty fishing, a little bit of offshore. Well, not too far out anyway, some of them, but and a couple of guys do a bit of baiting as well. Anyway, let's get back into this fishing because I can see a bit more rain on its way out here. Want to try and avoid that as best as I can. That's why I left the rain pants on. As soon as you take everything off, it rains 100% straight away. You got to put it all back on. So I just took the jacket off, rolled the pants down, but we're ready to gear up if we need to. Hope we can catch something before that bit gets here. It was just a chopper, so I didn't even worry about turning the camera on. Then I seen it come up. It's a nice little flatty. Another nice legal flatty there. I didn't even turn the camera on for that one because I thought it was just a chopper. The other flatty's just been so much bigger than this one, so just the weight felt really small. Good fish, but be a good eater. All right, mate. Whee! Off you go. Righto, guys. Rain gears off. Hasn't rained for a little bit, but the bites have also stopped. 9:40 now. It's been like super dead. So as soon as the rain stopped, the fish pretty much just stopped biting. So I'm gonna have to move, see if we can find some fish somewhere else. I'm not gonna find anywhere where they fired up like that. That was just a lucky period where everything aligned. And I'd say with the weather how it was, first light, they just went on a bit of a frenzy. Sometimes you need a bit of luck, and we got lucky this morning. But it's all died off now and I'm just scraping for bites. The only thing I've had is just a bite off a small flatty, which I thought was a chopper, and just a couple of rattles, and that's it. So definitely time for a move. See if we can find some fish somewhere. Just stopped at Point Wollstonecroft, had a quick flick. We hooked up, luckily. We got a little flatty. Hey mate, how are ya? Whee, off he goes. You can see this big school of bait fish there. They were out on the right hand side, just under the boat. I'll keep motoring around, see if I can see any actual fish. Big ones. So you can see the birds just sitting out there. Anytime you see birds like that just sitting on the water, they've usually been up and about feeding. So always have a look. Small bait school just there. Another one here just under the boat. They'll come up here in a sec. There's a big ball of bait there. So they're just off to the right there on the right hand side of the imaging. So that's fish there. That's probably a couple of choppers. So they come up a bit brighter in colour. They're not big, that's why they don't stand out too much. What I'm looking for is to see if there's any jewfish in there with them. But so far there isn't. You'll easily be able to tell when you see a Jewfish on there. I've got my side imaging set to 100 feet each side of the boat. And make sure you tilt your motor up too. So don't have your motor tilted down, it'll cover your left hand side of your screen because the transducer's on the right. Just had a flick where those birds were sort of hanging about. Got eaten on the drop. Be very surprised if there's anything but a chopper. Yep. My suspicions are correct. Kind of got to expect it, but big schools of bait fish around and then birds working. This guy's always going to be your #1 candidate. I spat white bait all through my boat, of course. That's what's left of one anyway. I'll swoop on that as a free meal. Rightio guys, it's gone a little bit quiet. It's not lunchtime yet, but I'm going to bail out. As you can see here, another storm rolling in. I don't really want to get saturated again, so I'm going to call it. It was an awesome morning's fishing. Bites galore, good fish, lots of fun. Anyway, remember to like and subscribe if you like the videos. I'll see you guys next time on the water. Take it easy.